Hello and welcome this morning. This is the Rise and Shine practice, and my name is Adrienne Engel, and I am a coach that helps you deepen your relationship with the aliveness and presence of your creator. And I help you do that by learning more about how to work with your nervous system. It is the system that connects all of us. We all have a nervous system. We might have a different name for our creator, but we all have a nervous system, and the way our nervous system is designed to be in deep relationship with our creator is the same. In this morning's practice, what we do is we learn how to move into relationship with our creator and hear the guidance that will be foreshadowed for you for your day, and teach you how to receive that and move with that. You want to grab an index card. If you don't already have a journal, you can print out the worksheet that we're working off that is in the journal. And you can find that in the description box below this video by clicking more. There's a Christ-based one, which is where I stand with it. And then there's also a spiritual neutral one if you have a different semantic that you use for your creator. So we begin our time together in the same way that we begin all of our moments of conscious awareness, by first taking a moment to recognize how you are connected to and supported by the place that you are seated. Let's go ahead and turn our attention inward and notice how our bodies are held by our seats. And as you can feel how your body is held by the place that you are seated, we want to take a moment to recognize which part of your body feels the most held by your seat. You want to go ahead and write down that body part into your journal and go ahead and draw that into the body diagram in your worksheet. And then we're taking a moment to let our brain see, here is where I am already the most connected and supported, right where I'm seated. Here is where I am already the most connected and the most supported, right where I am seated. You're allowing your brain to see that, and then you are giving your body 1 minute to receive that. So the brain can recognize something, but we want to give the body a minute for our physiology to actually rest into that awareness. So look again with your brain. You're saying, here's where my body is already the most supported. And then allow your body to the best of its capacity, rest into that support. And as you do that, notice, what does that quality of support feel like to you? There's going to be a word that stands out, maybe as an impression, maybe you hear it, maybe you see it. Everybody's sensory system works differently. But just notice, for you, what does that quality of support feel like? And then from that place of recognizing that quality of support, we then are invited to take a moment to notice, what is the challenge that is alive for you today, the challenge that you are facing. And as you are noticing that challenge that you're facing into, you want to be able to notice, how does that come alive in your system? When you read that back, where do you feel that happen within your emotional sensory core, which is in from your head all the way down like a cylinder down through your pelvis? Where do you feel your challenge come alive? Go ahead and take a moment. You're going to articulate it, but then you're also going to draw that, what it feels like on your body diagram. And in this practice today, or every day in this practice, what we're doing is we're allowing those two experiences to come together. So notice the experience of the way that you are supported, and allow that to come alive within you. You want to let that happen in your body. And then we want to take a moment and notice the challenge. How does that come alive within you? And you're letting that also be alive in your body. They're going to be coming together. They are going to complete each other. They're not pushing each other out or trying to overpower. They're coming together to allow each one to evolve into what it's going to be next. So the support becomes something different in the presence and in the care of the thing that is challenged. And the challenged becomes something different as it's able to move with support. So think about that in your own system. And you want to take a moment to notice how that feels. We're going to allow both of those experiences to be there. And what we want to do is we want to make more room for them. We're not trying to dissipate them or push them out. We actually want to make more room. So you're going to turn your torso. You're turning the cylinder of your emotional sensory core. You're rotating back When you get to your end range of motion, pause and see if you can still feel the quality of challenge and the quality of the support. And then we're going to turn to the other side, same thing. And then we're coming back to center. Now that we're letting these two experiences come together, we're turning to our creator. We're turning to have a conversation with our creator. We're saying, how do you do this? How am I meant to hold both of these things together and then face into this challenge today with your love, your rest, your care and support and your direction? So first we have to bring ourselves fully into that relationship. We're bringing ourselves fully vulnerable into that relationship with our creator. And you want to begin with how you name your creator. I'm speaking to Jesus. We all have different semantics. In line number two, I'm saying, Jesus, this is how my mind sees me in this challenge. When I see this challenge before me today, this is what I see. This is what my mind thinks about that. You want to name your creator, comma, and then write what you're thinking about that. Let's go ahead and do that together now. And how do you find yourself speaking about this challenge? What do you say to yourself or to your friends? Or what are you not saying? Take a moment and notice, how do you speak in relationship to this challenge? And then what is your impulse to behave? How do you find yourself behaving? And the emotions and the sensations that are evoked when you experience this challenge are what? And how does your breathing respond? In the past, as you have faced into this challenge, how did that unfold? What happened? And what does this present challenge make you think is going to happen in the future? So this allows that circumstance, the challenge that you are facing into today, come completely alive in your system. So you're probably feeling it. What you want to do is reach back and come forward. Again, we're doing this so that we have more room in our system to receive this. So in whatever way you feel drawn to move to make more room, engage your legs, your feet, your hands. And you're breathing gently into the circumstance, more gently than you've ever been able to breathe to it before. So normally when we're really feeling the aliveness of what we're facing, we're like, ah, or we just kind of move away from it. What we're invited to do, because we are able to be supported, is to move into it and breathe with it and let the nervous system acclimate to it. And then watch how your physiology begins to digest it. And your brain is able to more clearly hear a guidance of how you are going to divinely respond to it. And now we are moving into the conversation. So now we've written it out. That helps our brain to organize it and say, this is what's been happening for me. This is what I've been up to. These are my shenanigans. Now we read that back, but we're reading it and we're communicating to our creator. So you're turning your mind, your heart, your life facing your creator, fixed on your creator. And you're then reading this back and then listening to the response that is provided to you. So go ahead and we're going to positioning our minds and our hearts You want to write down your response. You're going to write your name in the beginning of all of number 3, all the lines for number 3, and then what is the response? And then how do you speak about today's challenge? You're saying that to your creator and then noticing the response. And then notice your impulse to behave. We're saying, this is what I do. This is what I keep doing. And listen to what the response is. And then we're holding the emotions and the sensations that come up. And then how does your breathing respond to this challenge? We're saying this is what happens with my breathing. And in the past, when you have faced into a challenge like this, what was the outcome? And then we want to notice, what is the present challenge? What does it make you think is going to happen in the future because this is present here today? And so we're speaking directly to our creator and we're saying, show me what steps you want me to take today. You can see what the responses are, but what are the exact steps you're being invited to take today so that you can move into relationship with this experience in a fresh way today, something maybe different than what you have done in the past. And we're moving from that into our day. You're transferring what you were given from your journal into an index card that you can take with you, or a spare sheet of paper that you can take with you into your day. This helps you remember, okay, here's what I'm trying to focus on. Here's the insights that stand out most prominently for me that can be what I'm hanging on to as I'm remembering to reconnect throughout the day. Possibly doing some rest practices and some other things to support that. And then we come together in the evening and we see, how did it go? This is the thread that we hold, remaining connected to our Creator and staying in a living relationship with our Creator throughout the day. I bow my head and my heart and my life to my living Jesus Christ, to the Holy Spirit, and to God, who guide me, fortify me, and prepare me to walk a path of purpose. And I hold space for you to bow and give thanks in the way that resonates with your heart as well. I thank you all for being here today, and I look forward to seeing you when it suits your schedule next. Have a great day. Take care.